Check.
我们一起问候师尊好，师母好，大家好。请大家起立，面向坛城。顶礼坛城，做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及诸佛。唵啊吽，观想顶礼。回天心三印，二拜诸菩萨。唵啊吽，观想顶礼。回天心三印，三拜诸护法金刚。唵啊吽，观想顶礼。回天心三印，四平等一起手。请主持人进献哈达，以表对。
We just welcome our lineage Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Liansheng, to enter into the Homa Hall. And we just paid homage to the three jewels of the altar. Now His Holiness is accepting the offering of Hatha from the primary supplicants for this Homa.
让我们以热烈的掌声感谢师尊的加持。
Let's applaud as our gratitude to His Holiness for His blessings.
恭请圣尊加持摊位供品。感谢师尊的加持。恭请根本传承上师圣尊莲生活佛真护摩法座。
Now we are inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Liansheng to ascend to the Dharma throne.
请诸位上师上座，法师贵宾同门善信大德就座。
We're inviting all the masters, reference, and all participants to please be seated.
恭请圣尊加持护摩主持者表格。
Inviting His Holiness to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants for this Homa.
首先，让我们以热烈的掌声感谢师尊
First, let's
为我们
applaud
指南古洞明王护摩大
to
法
show
会。
our utmost
也让我们以热烈
gratitude
的掌声
to
欢迎
His
诸
Holiness for
上师
presiding
教授
over
之
this
法
Akala
师
Homa
教
fire
众
offering
大
ceremony.
的来护持
And
法会。
also, we would like to extend warm welcome to all participating
南
masters,
无古洞
reference,
明
and
王护摩
all
法会开始。
participants.
观
The
想
Akala
真佛功传承。
Homa fire
南
offering
无
ceremony
大
has
日
now
如来
begun.
南无
Visualize
大
to
愿
Buddha
光
lineage,
南
Namo
无
Vairocana
莲花
Buddha,
子
Namo Buddha
南无
Lokana,
莲
Namo
生
Padma
活
Kumara,
佛
Namo Living
观
Buddha
想师
Liansheng.
尊及诸佛
Visualize
菩萨
Grandmaster and all
上
Buddhas,
方加持
Bodhisattvas
此
radiating light to
法
bless
的
us.
尊
Recite
受
the
祭
Guru
奠。
Mantra 7
Om
times.
Guru 莲生悉地吽。Om Guru 莲生悉地吽。Om Guru 莲生悉地吽。Om Guru 莲生悉地吽。Om Guru 莲生悉地吽。Om Guru 莲生悉地吽。Om Guru 莲生悉地吽。拍掌弹指。
Wake up call. Recite purification mantras and the authority mantra.
Om Shudori Shudori Shumori Shumori Soha. Om Vajaradan Ho Hom. Namo Samanto Mudoran Om Duru Duru Devi Soha.
Recite invocation mantra.
Om Soha. Om Hom Soha. Om Hom Soha.
We sincerely invoke our lineage Guru, the Mahavait Padma Kumara, His Holiness Living Buddha Liensa. Our lineage Guru, the Mahavait Padma Kumara, His Holiness Living Buddha Liensa. Our lineage Guru, the Mahavait Padma Kumara, His Holiness Living Buddha Liensa. We wholeheartedly invoke the main deity of Homa, Namo Akala, the main deity of Homa, Namo Akala, the main deity of Homa, Namo Akala Vidyaraja. We sincerely invoke Namo Yamantaka, the four heavenly kings, golden mother of the primordial Jitpan, Sma Bodhisattva, rainbow temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Sarukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. All the deities enshrined at the Tantric Order, at the Seattle Lezang Temple, and at the abode of the Southern Mountain, and the True Buddha Seattle chapter. Rainbow temples, mountain god, earth god, plant god, wind god, water god, heavenly fire god, dragon god, and all divinities as well as city gods to please radiate light and bless his Homa. Great homage using visualization, first to the Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for prostration, release the mudra. Second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for prostration, release the mudra. Third to all Hedukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for prostration, release the mudra. Fourth tapping. Great mandala offering, form the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to multiply, to fill the whole space. Make the offering above to the lineage Guru, all lineage Gurus, and all the main deity of Homa, Namo Akala, all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the middle, to all divinities and heavenly beings, and below to all sentient beings. Mount Meru, four continents, and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge our karma to allow our civilization. Powerful refuge, visualize our lineage Guru, all the lineage Gurus, Buddha Jewel, Dharma Jewel, and Sangha Jewel to form great white light to empower us. You said the mantra.
Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhyaye.
Our protection from Rajapani Mudra.
Om Bodhiranjari, Om Bodhiranjari, Om Bodhiranjari, Om Bodhiranjari, Om Bodhiranjari.
Inviting His Holiness to perform blessings with Mala.
恭请圣尊金刚灵处结界加持光明表格及供养。
Inviting His Holiness to set ceremonial demarcation to bless the prayers, registration forms, and all the offerings. Inviting His Holiness to open the fire pit and set ceremonial demarcation around it. Inviting His Holiness to lit the Homa fire, to make all the offerings and to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enhancements, magnetization, subjugation, and bardo deliverance. The assembly will be reciting the heart mantra of the main deity, Akala Vidyaraja. Recite the heart mantras of the eight principal deities and incan Buddha Amitabha.
Om Panamo Nitori Sokha. Om Ha 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 Vei Samaye Sokha. Om Zeri Zuri Zunte Sokha. Om Zambala Talang Talaye Sokha. Om A Hom Beta Guru Pema Siti Hom Se. Om A Hom Guru Pe Aha Sasa Maha Lien Shen Siti Hom. Deyata Om Bekazaya Bekazaya Maha Bekazaya Raja Samo Kyateleya Sokha. Nam mô 36万亿111万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿111万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿111万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。回向。愿同念佛者同生极乐国。
Manner of dedication, may Allah uphold the Buddha, ascend to the rank of most bliss, reaping powerful generosities from above, aiding those in the three realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death like the Buddha, may we liberate all. Inviting His Holiness to perform the overall merit dedication. We pray that you guide the Bardo spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands. We pray that you using the blazing fire to eradicate all karma, all karmic sicknesses, and gain great health, Please bless us with enhanced wisdom, with increased good fortune, and increased harmony, love, and respect. We pray that we can subjugate our own greed, anger, and delusion. Namo Samanto Matanan Vasala Lanhan. We pray that by the blazing fire we burn away all afflictions. We pray that by the blazing fire we burn away all karma. We pray that by blazing fire we burn away all the habitual tendencies. We pray by the blazing fire we burn away all impurities and defilements. Namo Samanto Matanan Vasala Lanhan. Namo Akala, Vidyaraja, and the 8 immovable youths, attendants. We pray that all the gods and the ghosts and the bardo spirits, the animals in the animal realms, would be guided to be reborn into the pure Buddha lands, that all the deceased spirits would be reborn into the pure lands, the ghosts and the gods will be reborn into the pure lands, and the beings in the hells will be reborn in the pure, and the hungry ghosts and the animals would be reborn into the pure lands. O gods of the heavens, gods of the earth, may we be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us, let all disasters turn into dust. Recite Hara Silpa mantra 3 times.
Annaratto me pawa sawa siddhi me purayatha sawa karma satha me cittamo siriran guru ha 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 bhagavan sawa tathagata pecamami mancha pecapawa mahasamaya sato ahom pe om peca sato samaya manupanaya peca sato tenupadicha ceco me pawa Sutto kayu me pawa, supo kayu me pawa, annarato me pawa, sawa siddhi me purayatha, sawa karma satha me cittamo siriran guru ha 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 bhagavan sawa tathagata pecamami mancha pecapawa mahasamaya sato ahom pe om peca sato samaya manupanaya Peca sato tenupadicha ceco me pawa Sutto kayu me pawa supo kayu me pawa Annarato me pawa sawa siddhi me purayatha sawa karma satha me cittamo siriran guru ha 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 bhagavan sawa tathagata pecamami mancha pecapawa mahasamaya sato ahom pe 做观想大礼拜，100根本传承上师及诸佛，Om
Homage to the lineage of Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize full prostration, release the mudra. Second, all Bodhisattvas. Visualize full prostration, release the mudra. Third, to all Herukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize full prostration, release the mudra. Fourth, head bow.
念圆满咒。 Om Brim, Om Brim,
Completion
Om Brim,
mantra.
Om Mani Padme Hum. 请大家起立，恭敬合掌，
Now
恭请
please
圣
all
尊
stand
生
up
法王
and
座。
together we are inviting His Holiness to take the Dharma teaching throne. Now we are inviting Sumo, all the Master's reference and all
让我
participants to
们以
please
热
take
烈
the
的掌
seat.
声感谢师尊主
And
坛
let's
不动明王护摩
applaud
大
as
法
our
会。
utmost gratitude to His Holiness for presiding over
现在
this
我们恭
Homa
请
by
根本
offering
传承上
ceremony.
师为与会大众做宝贵的法语开
And
示。
now let's join our palms together, and with great reverence we are inviting His Holiness to bestow Buddha Dharma teaching. First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to the 16th Dharma King Karmapa. And homage to Master Dupten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. And homage to the main deity of Homa today. Namo Acalanatha Vidyaraja, the immovable wisdom king and the 8 immovable youths. Simu, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, temple directors, disciples present here and over the internet. And our VIP today is from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Taiwan, Secretary General Daniel Liao's wife, Dharma Sister Judy. Accountant to the True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa and her husband Larry. The law advisor to the True Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Jennifer Zhou. And from the True Buddha School Scholar Group, a professor in electrical engineering of National Cheng Kung University, Dr. Wang Di. And from CTI TV Taiwan, producers for the Gini Tiansang Shinton, Dharma Sister Rebecca Xiaqi. Dr. Ryan Zhuang. And from the Sunny Line Dance Group of Taiwan, Dharma Sister Lin Yixuan. And the wife of the former director of Overseas Credit Warranty Fund, Miss Vivian Sid. And Mr. Zhang Wenlong and Mrs. Zhao Buyun and family. Next Sunday, November 1st, not 11 o'clock. So next Sunday, November 1st at 3 p.m., there would be Vajradhara or Dorje Chang Homa fire offering ceremony. So Vajradhara, which deity is that? It's up to Grandmaster, up to me. You decide. Vajradhara typically refers to the Vajra holder. This two word, 总持, meaning the chief holder. So the chief and complete holder of all Vajrayana. So how do you recite the mantra? Strictly speaking, Vajradhara would be also called, written like this, which is Chang. Chang. It's like a tribe in China. It's pronounced as Chang in Chinese. So he is Dorje Chang. And that's the same as the Adi Buddha. Which is the Buddha of the 16th ground, and that is Dorje Chang or Vajradhara. So Adi Buddha So what do you do? So Adi Buddha is Dorje Chang. Dorje meaning Vajra, and Chang meaning the Dara or chief holder. The mantra. The mantra would be Om Pecha Ata Ama Tatu Soha. But we have done that before, right? So Vajra Dara or Dorje Chang is also Samantabhadra Tathagata or the Adi Buddha. Samantabhadra Tathagata and or Adi Buddha, Dorje Chang. And then below him would be the 5 Dhyani Buddhas or the 5 Vajra holders. And the combination of these 5 Vajra holders would be Vajra Sattva. And all below Vajra Sattva would be considered as Vajra holders. Let me see this on the internet.
Om Pecha Tara Hum Hum， 这个就是我告诉你。
Om Pecha Tara Hum Hum. This is the mantra for Adi Buddha. 2. The shortest mantra for Adi Buddha.
Om Pecha Tara 就是阿达尔玛佛，就变成达拉。
So Dara is short of Adi Buddha. So which deity would we perform for Homa next week? Actually, they are the same. It is difficult to say. Like today, in performing Akala Homa, he didn't follow the procedure. I was going to perform the mudras. And then because he descended upon my body, it was the same as if Akala was the one performing the Homa today, and it was not me. So it's the same as if Akala was doing the Homa and not me. So the mudras that he formed were not mudras that I had formed before. And I was aware that he was forming the mudras. So he was forming whatever mudras he liked. That's also quite interesting, quite strange. When the first time I throw in the Homa cords, there was smoke. That was the worst kind of sign. That the first time I throw in the Homa cords, that there was smoke, and that was the most inauspicious sign. So when you perform Homa, and then when you put in the offering, there was smoke, then that is the worst and most inauspicious sign. So at this time, you use the black seeds and the white seeds to eradicate it. So that's why I tried very hard to use the white and black sesame seeds to sprinkle and to eradicate the inauspiciousness. And through that, maybe Acala did not feel that that was enough to eradicate the inauspiciousness, so he descended upon my body and used his power to eradicate it completely. So the karma deities who guarded the fire pit, the Homa attendants have to pay close attention that whenever there's smoke, you need to eradicate the smoke right away. Otherwise, it would become a disaster. That's why immediately I throw in the white and black sesame seeds to eradicate it. And he descended directly to eradicate all the eradication. And that's why all the eradication mudras were performed directly by Acala. When I was reciting the O gods of heavens, gods of the earth, may we be far from all calamities, may all calamities banish, let all disasters turn into dust. And then he himself uses the Vajra scepter to cleanse away and eradicate all the inauspiciousness. So at the very beginning, when the Homa fire has not even started and it already started to smoke, so that was the really horrendous inauspiciousness. So that's why you have to pay attention. So whether it's at the beginning or at the end, if there is a smoke, then that would be disasters. So Homa fire has to be fire. You cannot have smoke because this is not a smoke offering. I haven't said my greetings. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? So today, as you saw, the mudras were formed by Acala, including when I recited in my merit dedication. All of a sudden, there were lots of merit dedication verses that appeared automatically or naturally. So those were spoken by Acala. It was not by me. So as you all know, that Acala has tremendous power. And in Japan, there are lots of Acala Homa, Acala courts, and he is really tremendous in Japan. And so he is the wrathful manifestation of Vairocana Buddha, Vairocana Tathagata. And one of his vows is that anyone who sees me with genuine bodhicitta, anyone who hears my name will stop doing evil and begin doing good. And anyone listening to my teachings will obtain great wisdom. And anyone comprehending my mind will attain Buddhahood in the present body. So anyone that sees Akala's body with genuine bodhicitta, anyone hearing Akala's name would stop evil and becoming virtuous. Anyone listening to Akala's Dharma teaching would obtain great wisdom. And anyone comprehending Akala's mind will attain Buddhahood in this lifetime, in this present body. He has many Dharma practices. Just now, I performed Do, Zhe, Jie, Zhen, Lie, Zai, Qian. That's the 4 verticals, 5 horizontals mudra of Akala. So 4 verticals and 5 horizontal lines. The mudra. 4 verticals, 5 horizontals. 4 vertical lines, 5 horizontals. Mudra. So this is the mudra. 4 verticals, 5 horizontals. And separately would be what I often do. Bin, Bing, Do, Zhe, Jie, Zhen, Lie, Zai, Qian. So this is the mudra. Lin, Bin, Do, Zhe, Jie, Zhen, Lie, Zai, Qian. When I form those mudras, I often do this. Bin, Do, Zhe, Jie, Zhen, Lie, Zai, Qian. So I often form these mudras for the 9-character mantra, with the 9-character mantra, and the carding mudra. Lin, Bin, Do, Zhe, Lie, Zhen, Jie, Zai, Qian. The cutting Dharma. The cutting Dharma. So if you have disturbances in your sleep, or you're disturbed by demons or spirits or ghosts, then you form this short mudra, invoke Akala, and then you cut and say Lin, Bin, Do, Zhe, Lie, Zhen, Jie, Zai, Qian, and then you form it here and there 3 times, and also at the door of the bedroom. Then the demons or the Mara cannot enter into the bedroom. So 9-character mantra and the cutting mudra for demarcation and protection. If you are attacked or attached by the spirit, you also perform this. So in the front, at the back, left and right. on 4 sides. If you can invoke the power of Akala and recite the 9-character mantra and use the sword mudra and then draw the 4 vertical and 5 horizontal lines on your body, then you would be free from the disturbances from Mara, demons, ghosts, negative energies, spirits. They would not be able to attach or enter into your body. So that's how you perform the Dharma. So Grandmaster used this 9-character mantra cutting mudra most frequently, and also it has the greatest power. It's most frequently used by Grandmaster. So when you form this mudra, this phenomena would occur naturally. One time somebody cast a spell to Golden Mother of the Siadlichang temple. Someone did that. Golden Mother is truly great. How could they cast a spell or perform spells on it? We don't know who did that. But when I invoke Golden Mother, so he used the 9-character mantra and the cutting mudra on the Golden Mother's statue in order to free Golden Mother from it. So can you believe that someone actually cast a spell on the Golden Mother? Who did it? Actually, it's very easy to cast a spell or curse. Let me tell you 3 methods. Well, I cannot tell you. Then you would cast spells or curses all over. So you can eradicate the filthiest things, as I said before. First is the blood of a black dog and the urine of a white horse and also the blood of a menstruating woman. And you take the stuff and then you wiped it. You use the blood from a menstruating woman and wipe it on the statue. Then the god or the spirit would leave the statue unless you use this 4 verticals and 5 horizontals mudra to recover. Then the gods, the deity would return. So because the Golden Mother in the Seattle temple was cursed, so Golden Mother left. And then I used the 4 verticals and 5 horizontals mudra to recover Golden Mother. So Golden Mother returned to the temple. You know, the Golden Mother at the Seattle Lichang temple is of a very supreme, divine power, and yet someone could and did cast a spell on her. It's just unimaginable what people do, what they have in their mind or what their hearts are. It's really unspeakable. It's hard to explain. So there are lots of things not as simple as what we think. Things on the superficial level you can see, but you don't know what's behind or beyond that. You know, the Golden Mother enshrined at the Seattle Lizang Temple is very difficult to visualize. If I cannot visualize Golden Mother, I would visualize the Golden Mother at my spiritual consultation room. It's very easy to visualize her, the one in the room. And also this one that's enshrined here at the Homa Hall of the Rainbow Villa. It's very easy to visualize her. And the Golden Mother at the Rainbow Main Hall is very shy. Do we say hai sao in Chinese or hai xiu? Either way, it's fine. So very shy. Every time I invoke her, she would say, "Oh, please, don't invoke me." Then who should I invoke? And the one here at the Homa Hall, I asked her, "You are the primary Golden Mother at the Rainbow Temple. I want to invoke you, but why don't you let me?" But she said, "Because she's not beautiful." Based on your look, of course you say she's fine. But every time I invoke her, she's very shy, and this is the truth. And she said, "Please don't visualize me because I don't look good." So you can check on her later and see if she's good looking or not. The Golden Mother at the main hall at the Rainbow Villa there. And she said she's not good looking. So I asked her, "Who should I invoke?" And she said, "The one enshrined at the Homa Hall." So I always invoke the Golden Mother enshrined at the Homa Hall. So every time I come to Rainbow Temple, I always invoke this deity. Please show everybody. Is it difficult? No. Is it heavy or light? The crown is slanted. It was touched. Okay. She wanted me to invoke this deity, this one, this Golden Mother. What do you think? Very beautiful. But the one enshrined at the main hall, I even went forward, and she didn't want to be invoked because she said she's ugly. So each deity has his or her own characteristic. But the most divine and majestic and responsive is the one enshrined at the Seattle Lizang Temple. Most responsive. And she has tremendous divine power. And of all the Golden Mothers, the easiest to visualize, in my opinion, would be the one in my spiritual consultation room. And every time I invoke her, she would come. And also the one enshrined at the abode of the southern mountain, which you have never seen, and she would always come as well. And also the one in the tantric quarter, which is in meditation posture. But the one at the Seattle Lechang temple is very difficult to invoke. But if you can invoke her, she would radiate boundless light, because she has the greatest divine power. And the most difficult to invoke is the one enshrined at the Rainbow Temple's main hall. It's most difficult for me. But I did invoke her once or twice. She did come. Otherwise, she would say, just invoke the one at the Homa fire pit. It's very strange. The Bodhisattvas also have their personalities and characters. Like the fierce ones, like Akala. He's truly wrathful, fierce, ferocious. The upper teeth, the canine teeth, it would extend. The upper one would extend down, and the down one would extend upward. And one eye squint, and the other eye open. Look really ferocious. And of all the Vajrapalas or Herukas, Akala is the most ferocious looking. You would be scared looking at his face, but he's very easy to invoke. For me, it's very easy to invoke him. He descended especially today to help our Homa. And he helped us extinguish the worst and the most inauspicious things that were about to happen. They were all eradicated. Now let's continue on the Great Perfection Dharma of Tantrayana. After reading this record of attaining the complete and perfect enlightenment, I was deeply moved. The Dharma wheel of Buddhism started following Sakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment. Its wisdom allowed the generation of the 84,000 different Dharma gates. The people who have benefited from Buddhist philosophy are uncountable. And Sakyamuni Buddha led human beings toward the most virtuous and benevolent realms. This truly is an immeasurable merit and remarkable wisdom. And this kind of wisdom is the wisdom of Mahabodhi Prajna, the wisdom of the great body. This wisdom is awaiting for the worthy ones to continue to disseminate. So today, talking about deeply moved, that 84,000 Dharma gates to counter the 84,000 different ailments. Buddhist philosophy started in India, and because the Buddha was Indian, and when he had attainment, Buddhism flourished. And then later on, there was no more Buddhism in India. But the original faith, Hinduism, continues still today. But But Buddha Dharma
印度啊，它消失掉。
has disappeared from India.
是这样子的，佛陀涅槃的时候啊，
When Sakyamuni Buddha entered into parinirvana,
头呢
his feet is facing east and the head is facing the west.
它有一个意思，就是说，
And it has a meaning
会流传
that
到东
his
方，
Dharma in the future would spread to the east and continue
印度
to
的
stay
所谓
in the
佛
east.
教的法，就流传到东
So
南亚。
the Buddhism of India spread to Southeast Asia
另一部分流传到尼泊尔，
and then
到西藏，
some also spread to Nepal and Tibet and to all of mainland China
韩国，
and then to
从韩
Korea
国再传到日本，
and from Korea to Japan and from China to Taiwan
从中国又
and
到
from
了日
China also to Japan.
到了日本就横在那里啊，它没有在西方，没有在西方能够弘扬。
And then it stalled there in Japan and it didn't go to the west,
先言
didn't
就是印度
spread to the
东南
west.
亚
So the origin of Buddhism, India, Southeast Asia, Tibet, China, Korea, Japan, Taiwan,
其他的国家几乎都没有。
and almost none in the other countries at the beginning.
藏传佛教呢，是因
And
为
Tibetan Buddhism,
这个他们离开了西藏，
because they left Tibet
到世界各地，
and they brought
然后在世界各地慢慢地
Buddhism
开花
to all over the
慢慢地
world and gradually
显
develop
教当然也是
and
这种
bear
一
fruit
直在流
in other countries. And also Mahayana Buddhism continued to disseminate. But Buddhist philosophy, typically
是
speaking,
胜过一般的宗教。我们当然这个
rises beyond the typical religions. Of course, because we sell melons, so of course we say melons are
佛
sweet.
教的思想
We talk about Buddha Dharma. So Buddhist philosophy is highest. The
是一个轮回，
Hinduism, Hindu philosophy is
有
talking
一个
about
创造神，
a circle or
然后一
cycle.
个保护神，
A creator God, a protector God, and a
先
destroyer
创造
God.
后破坏
First you create
再
and then you
创造
destroy
再破坏
later,
再创造再破坏
and
再
then
创造
create
再破
and
坏
destroy and
这是一个
create
轮
and
回
destroy. So that's
其
a
中还有
cycle.
保护
And then in between there's also the
还有其他
protection
很多的神，
and also many
所以我们
other
叫印度教的这个它的
gods.
就是轮回，没有一个究竟，没有一个究竟。
So that only talks about the cycle.
有一个究竟。那么这个究竟就是成佛。
And there is no ultimate, but in Buddhism, there is an ultimate, and the ultimate is Buddhahood. And the ultimate is also called the empty nature, and it's also called the prajna wisdom, which is the greatest wisdom.
这里面所提到的大菩提波叶之
So Mahabodhi,
大菩提
Prajna
波叶之智，
wisdom,
成等正觉就是成佛。
and
这是
attaining
非常重要的
complete and perfect enlightenment, that's attaining Buddhahood. This is very important.
无法估计。
The people who have benefited from Buddhist philosophy are uncountable. And 84,000 Dharma gates, there are many, many Dharma gates to resolve or to handle all different kinds of ailments
就是这在这里，
of sentient
但是你
beings.
对治
This is most important.
对治这84000种病，
So to counter the 84,000 kinds of illnesses,
为什么？
even then you
因
still
为你没有
cannot
得到
have attainment. Why? Because you have not gained the great body wisdom, the wisdom to attain the perfect and complete enlightenment. Without that, you cannot have attainment. You cannot have siddhi. So Buddhist philosophy is very profound. So Buddhist philosophy is rather profound and of the rather superior or supreme. And this philosophy is something for you to realize on your own, to enlighten. Only then you would be called a true enlightenment. If you have not gained this enlightenment, you have not gained enlightenment about the ultimate, about the non-differentiations, the rest that's not considered to be enlightenment. So there are some bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas are not necessarily enlightened. Arhats too are not necessarily enlightened. That's a different kind of realm, the realm of bodhisattva or the realm of arhat. Only when you attain Buddhahood, attain the complete and perfect enlightenment, then that would be called enlightenment. The rest are still considered to be the worldly Dharma. Like there are many gods told me that bodhisattvas or gods, when they appeared and spoke, then I would know that sometimes the deity who came have not gained complete and perfect enlightenment. That's my observation. Let me share a joke today. You were so serious today. The superintendent of the factory told the new security guard, please pay attention so that the employees don't bring some products out when they leave work. So the guards carefully inspect the bags of the employees, and they were all empty. They didn't bring anything. And one day, the guard was curious and asked the superintendent, what is the product of our factory? Their wallets. So the guard was checking the wallets, and all the wallets are empty. So enlightenment is not, cannot be stolen. So if Grandmaster say what enlightenment is, and then you steal that, then that is not considered to be enlightenment. You have to gain the enlightenment on your own, and if it comply to Grandmaster's enlightenment, then you would be considered enlightenment. The three Dharma seals, everything is impermanent, everything is unrelated to self, and then nirvana is extinction. Extinction is bliss. And of these three, there's enlightenment in there. And then you thought, oh, good. So if Grandmaster said that of these three seals, three Dharma seals, there's enlightenment there, and these, okay, then they shoot the arrow. So the enlightenment is that everything is impermanent, that everything has no intrinsic self, and nirvana or extinction is bliss. No. Sure. Sakyamuni Buddha said that the three Dharma seals and the enlightenment is within it, but you just copied. And some people just copied from my book.
师尊讲开悟，
Grandmaster said,
这是有
enlightenment
关开悟的，
is
就把
this
它抄
and that, and they just copied.
他的那一张纸啊，哪来
And
我
then
都是我
they
讲过的东西。
showed the piece of paper to me, but those were written by me.
自己的东西，
So you stole
但
it,
是很像我的东西，
but you have to be able to
这
say
个才是你自己的开悟。
something,
也就是说，你不是抄我的，而是
something from yourself,
悟出来的，
but similar to mine. So, but it's not from my
那
books.
就是
It's something that you realize yourself.
我一
Then
看
that would be it.
真的开悟。
And then when I see that, I would say, oh, okay, you gain true
两条
enlightenment.
线而已啊。
It's very simple. 2 lines. One is existence, the other line is emptiness.
有跟空，
So between existence and emptiness, there are 2 lines.
这个你如何拿捏住什么时
How-
候是有，什么时
how
候是空？
can
你没有
you
办法拿捏，
master them?
没有办法拿
How
捏的时候
can
是
you be well versed in
能够
them?
拿捏到
When you would be existing, when it would be existing, existence, and when it would be
你
emptiness.
就开悟。
So if you comprehend the true reality of existence and the true reality of emptiness, then you would gain enlightenment. So existence represents the material world, and emptiness represents the Buddha nature.
那你这样子去领悟有跟空之间
So
如何不
when
冲突？
you
为何不冲突？
then how you comprehend that the existence and emptiness are not in contradictions and are not in conflict, then that would be it. As we know, a lot of things are contradicting.
后面的诊室里，一位阿伯跟一位大师
There's a room,
阿
a
伯
clinical room at the
借
hospital.
问一下
There's
这个线啊，你
an
这
old lady asked the man, this is a play of word of
讲
Chinese.
了一下，没有听过这个线，不知道你问这
So
个
Hu
干嘛
Xian,
阿伯悄悄
Xian
地说：“我告诉
sounds
你，
like a
你
line.
可不要告诉别人哦。我刚才听到医生跟前面那个人讲，射护腺在发炎，时机不是很好。我想去领一点盐回家来用。”这个是当然，这个是属于
This is
语文上的笑话。
like homophone jokes, which is
他听不懂
would be could not be understood by foreigners,
讲英文的他
by the English speakers,
我们也
because
是外国人。
it's with the same sound but mean different thing.
其实白人
We are actually the foreigners. The white people are the locals.
外国人
We are the
这里
immigrants.
不能讲外国人。
So we should not say the foreigners. We should just say the English speakers
这个笑话
will not understand this
医生
joke.
对病人讲：“你射护腺在发炎，射护腺在发炎。
So actually, it's like the
射
prostate
护腺在哪里？哪一个腺？
glands
那里在发炎？
are
发炎
inflamed,
包啊！
but it sounds like this some kind of line is distributing salt. It's just a play of word.
这个叫做误解。
This is
我们知道这个叫
called
误解
misunderstanding.
你千万不能够误解。
By all means, don't
绝
misunderstand.
对没有误解这一回事。绝
But
对没有误解
enlightenment,
这
there
一回
is no misunderstanding
事
about
开悟没有是绝
enlightenment.
对的，所以
Because enlightenment is absolute, so there is no misunderstanding. There is no
黑跟白，黑色跟白色是矛盾的。
black and white are contradicting each other, are opposites.
这个善跟恶是对
Good and bad are also
有人讲，
opposites.
我知道宗教就是叫人家做好事。
Someone say, I know, religion's just teaching people to do good. That this statement is wrong.
在佛教来讲，这个是错误的。
With respect to Buddhism, this is wrong, because when there's good work, there would also be bad
宗
work.
教都是叫人家做好事吗？不
That
错，
religions only teaching people to do good.
但是不
That's
是
right,
完全这
but
样。
not just that.
好事是佛教，佛教非好事。
So,
这就是哲学的观点。
good deeds is Buddhism, but Buddhism is not just good deeds. So the white horse is a
为什么
horse
白马不是马呢？因为马灰白马。
because a horse is not always a white horse.
是不是马呢？
So is a white horse a horse?
白马
Yes,
灰马，
but
白马为什么又不是
a
马？
white horse is not a horse.
因为白
Why?
马不能统合
Because
所有的马。
The white horse does not include all kinds of horses, because there are also, black horse and red horse and white horse and gray horse and horses of all different colors. So we cannot say that white horse is a horse. So we
这个
say
就是说
white horse is a horse, but white horse is also not a horse.
我们讲
So this is
实际是佛教，
the philosophy. This is philosophical.
实际
So
是
Tzu
佛法
Ji
没有错。
is Buddhism. Tzu Ji is Buddha Dharma. That's correct. But Buddha Dharma is not Tzu Ji.
为什么呢？佛法
Why?
包含很多，
Because Buddhism includes, Buddha Dharma includes a lot of things, including Tzu Ji, who's doing charitable work, performing meritorious deeds, to build hospitals, to build TV stations. They're all included in Buddhism, Buddha Dharma. But Buddha Dharma are not just those. It also includes the ultimate Mahabodhi Prajna
最
wisdom,
高的智慧就是
which
成
is the
佛。
greatest wisdom,
你不
which
只
is
是要做好
Buddhahood,
事而已，
not just doing good deeds.
是相对的。
So good deeds, good and bad are opposites, black and white are
是
opposites,
相对的。
true and false are opposites, man and woman are also pairs, yin and yang, heaven and earth are all
很多东
pairs
西
or
都是
opposites.
相对的，就是
There are lots of things that are opposites.
就近的大波叶是绝对
But the ultimate
绝对没有相对。
Mahabodhi Prajna
你如
wisdom
果
is
想
the
出来的东西
absolute,
还是相
the
对的，
ultimate. Whatever you think of, if it is relative, then it is not Buddha Dharma.
是佛法，
If you praise,
是恶法。
that's Buddha Dharma. But slander is a
赞美
bad
跟诽谤是两
Dharma
者之间是相对的。
So praise
相对的
and slander are opposites. So that's not Buddha
也就是
Dharma,
开悟。
and that's not enlightenment.
跟大家讲啊，所以实际是
So
佛法
Tzu Ji
佛
is
法非实
Buddha Dharma, but Buddha Dharma is not Tzu Ji. White horse is a
白
horse,
马也是非马，
but white horse is also not a horse, because it doesn't include all the horses.
范围非常的广。它包
Buddha
含
Dharma is really expansive.
的佛
It
法
includes Tzu Ji. That's why we say Buddha Dharma is Tzu Ji, but Tzu Ji is
大
not
家
Buddha
可以
Dharma.
讲得通吗？
So now, can you understand that?
所以开悟
So enlightenment is ultimate.
绝对的佛法
Absolute
它是完全绝对的佛法。
It's absolute Buddha Dharma, and that is the Mahabodhi Prajna wisdom, the wisdom of the great body. Today, the Great Perfection Dharma talks about the Mahabodhi Prajna wisdom.
这个也是英文
This also
英文的它
cannot be understood, or the English speakers will not laugh at this joke.
最近几天感觉到头昏头痛，脖子很疼，到医院看医生，各项 CT、心电图、 脑电图、X 光、验血、验尿、内科、外科，全部检查一遍。医生看了，写了一个结果，开了一个处方，上面写着病名没有波斯，没有批丝，病因爱啃手机，用药没有批丝，憋砍手机，服用方法每天快速朗诵10遍。我怎么看也看不懂，回家开始朗诵，朗诵越来越快，突然间醒悟了，原来是没有屁事，爱看手机，治疗方法没有屁事，别看手机。用手机太多啦，脖子酸，哪里都有问题。
Use your cell phone too much, then your neck and shoulder would be sore. Xiaomei wants to learn ballet, and the teacher said, that's going to be hard work. And Xiaomei said, no problem, I have that gene. And the teacher said, oh, really? Because my mom always tells my dad. And because my mom said that my dad, when coming home really late at night, he would walk on tiptoe. So that's why she has the gene for ballet dancing. So there are reasons for a lot of things. Arthur to Amin said, if there are no women, then I cannot continue to live. I cannot live on. Why do you like women so much? Oh no, because I am an op-gen doctor, an optician. So everything has a reason. An old man every day would go buy some hot food to the sushi shop. You never go to other shops, he said, because I make the best kind. And the old man said, just smile and said, the food that you made, because your food works really well. It's better than the medicine. What kind of sickness do you have? Because I have constipation. So 84,000 kinds of illnesses. And then we use 84 different kinds of Dharma to resolve it, or to handle it, or to counter it. So the old man eat the food and would not have constipation anymore. This is a long joke. It's also not funny. Well, maybe. A woman asked a man, do you have 3 bedrooms and one living room? And the man said, no. Do you have a Honda luxury car? And the man said, no. And the woman said, oh, I have to go. And the man speaks to himself, but I have a single family home. Why do I want to live in an apartment? And I have a Mercedes-Benz. Why do I want to drive a Honda? And the lady came back and continued the date. And the man said, in order to start my business, I finance my house and cars. I have no more cash. And the lady said, oh, I have to go. But the man said, fortunately, I went public and got on the stock. And the ladies sat down again. And the man said,
跌破了花
but the IT,
他要
the IT field came down, and then the stock went down, and the lady stood up again, and then he continued, but but it was bought by Microsoft, so I have some cash, and I could turn around. And the lady laughed really happily and said, "You keep teasing me." And then at this time, there are two doctors in white uniform and told the man, "You ran away from the hospital again. It's time for you to get back and take your medicine." So please let me tell you, cause and effect is like this. All the karma or cause and effect is like this. When there's no causes, there will not be any effects. When you completely eradicate all the effects or the karmic retributions, then you would be considered enlightened. Only then you would be considered enlightened. We are truly grateful to His Holiness' precious Dharma teachings. And in a moment, we will have the empowerment for Akala or Acalanatha. And during the empowerment, please visualize the deity, form the mudra, and recite the mantra. Before you leave today, please remember to return your receivers. Please remember to return your receivers. This ends the interpretation today. Thank you very much.
还没有接受灌顶的义工同们，请你们速速来接受灌顶，灌顶即将就要结束了。还没有接受灌顶的义工同们，请你们速速来接受灌顶。灌顶即将就要结束了，还没有接受灌顶的义工同们，请你们速速来接受灌顶。让我们以热烈的掌声感谢师尊赐受不动明王法灌顶，含有结言皈依结言灌顶。顶礼坛城做观想大礼拜，100根本传承上师及诸佛。Om Ah Hom 观想顶礼，回天心三印，2拜诸菩萨。Om Ah Hom 观想顶礼，回天心三印，3拜诸护法金刚。Om Ah Hom 观想顶礼，回天心三印，4平等一起手。护摩法会圆满吉祥结束了，感谢根本传承上师的大加持，谢谢诸位上师、教授师、法师、讲师、助教以及贵宾同门善信大德的护持，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing.